Hi everyone, to make these little pumpkin coasters, all you need is any type of yarn that you have. I'm going to be using this Yarn Art 100% acrylic yarn, but if you're going to be using these coasters for hot drinks, I recommend using cotton yarn instead of acrylic. Now with this type of yarn, it's very thin, and with that I'll be using a size 4 hook. You will also need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and a stitch marker. And for the little stem and the leaf, I'll be using the same type of yarn, just in a different color. So because my yarn is pretty thin, I'm actually going to be using 2 strands at the same time, like this, but it doesn't change anything. So this is a great way to make your yarn thicker if it's too thin. We're going to start with a slip knot. So you want to hold your yarn like this. We're going to make a loop, hold on to it, go into the loop, grab the long yarn and pull. And this is your slip knot. So we're going to make this circle to begin with without a magic ring. So this is how we will do it. So insert your hook into the loop and just tighten it around the hook. Now we're going to start chaining, and I will chain 5. So yarn over and pull through the loop. So that's 1. Again, yarn over, pull through the loop. That's 2. Yarn over, pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through. I will do 1 more. So instead of doing the magic ring, this is how we will create a circle. So now that we have 5 chains, we're going to connect it and make that into a circle. So you want to take your hook and insert into that very first chain we made, like this. Just insert your hook. We're going to yarn over on the yarn, pull through, and we will pull through the second loop on the hook as well, like this. So now if you pull it apart, you will have this circle in the middle, and this is what we're going to be working out of. So now that you have this circle, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and this is just for the height. And now we're going to make 12 half double crochets inside the circle. So we're going to yarn over on our hook, insert your hook straight into that middle circle, not this little one that gets created, but the very middle in here. So these are 5 chains, and that's the circle. So again, yarn over on your hook, insert your hook into that middle space. Make sure this tail is on top of your hook, because we're going to be crocheting around this tail as well, because this is what will help us close the circle in the end. So yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. So 1, 2, 3, and that's a half double crochet, and this is our very first half double crochet. So I will take a stitch marker and mark this first half double crochet, because this is where we would join in. So it's very important that you mark the first one, especially as a beginner, so it's easy to see. So this is our first half double crochet that we just did. Now we will just repeat this 11 more times, because we need 12 half double crochets in total. So again, yarn over, insert into that middle area, keep this little tail on top of the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. So now we have 2 half double crochets, and now we just keep repeating this until we have 12 in total. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. So yarn over, pull through all 3, 1, 2, 3, and keep going. Yarn over, insert, keep the tail on top of your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So just keep going until you have exactly 12 half double crochets inside the circle, and I will meet you at the end of the row. So now I'm doing my last half double crochet like this. And remember, you can always count back your work through these stitches. So these V's that you see here, that's your stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, including the stitch marker. So now that we have 12, we can close the circle. So you want to take the little tail and just hold on to the circle and pull. Just pull, and it should close up the middle area like this. So now I'm just going to let this string hang, and at the end we will just weave it in. So just leave this tail for now. And now we're going to start row 2. So now we have 12 half double crochets. Next row we will put 2 half double crochets in each of these stitches. So we will go from 12 to 24. So how we start the next row is take out the stitch marker, insert the hook into that stitch where the stitch marker was, and we're going to slip stitch. So yarn over, pull through here and here. So pull through 1, pull through all the way, and that is a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and this is just for the height. This doesn't count as a stitch. Now we're going to place 2 half double crochets in each of these stitches. So the first one goes in the same spot where we just slip stitched. So in the same stitch, which is the first one. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now again, this is our first half double crochet of the second row, so we will again mark it. So if you look at the top, the V, that is our first stitch of this row, and we will just mark it like that. Now we need 1 more into that same stitch since we're doing 2 in each. So that was 1. Again, yarn over into that same stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. So now we have 2 in the same stitch, which means we can move on to the next stitch. So you can always pull apart your work if it's hard to see, but you can also tell from the top that V is our next stitch. So we will yarn over, insert our hook into that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's 1 into that same stitch. Again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So now we have 2 stitches in that 1 stitch. We can move on. So yarn over, 2 half double crochets into that next stitch, insert, yarn over, pull through, 1 more in that same stitch. So we just keep making 2 half double crochets in each of these stitches until you get back to the stitch marker, and I will show you how to start the next row. So for now, just keep placing 2 half double crochets in each of these stitches. So now I'm working into the last stitch right here. 1 and 2. So at this point you should have 24 stitches, and you can always count back your work to make sure you didn't skip or add any extras. And once you get to this point, this stitch right here, it looks like a stitch and you might add extra here, but this isn't a stitch right here. Let me just point at it. So this right here is a slip stitch that we did to connect the row, just like we will do right now. So this is a slip stitch, it's not a stitch, so we don't put any stitches here. That's why you should always count back your work. So I have 24 and I know 100% that I don't put any stitches here. This is just a slip stitch. So to move on to the next row, we will again take off the stitch marker, insert your hook into that first stitch where the stitch marker was, like this, yarn over and slip stitch. So go through the stitch and the loop, and that is a slip stitch right here. To start row 3, again we will chain 2, 1, 2, and again place our first half double crochet into that same stitch where we slip stitched. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, 1, 2, 3, and again take the stitch marker and mark the first stitch that we just did right here. Now for row 3, we're going to do a pattern of 2 half double crochets, 1 half double crochet, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that all the way around. So in the first stitch we will have 2, so yarn over into that same stitch, we need 1 more. So insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So we're starting with 2 half double crochets in the first stitch. Now we move on to the next, which is just 1 half double crochet. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So we have 2, 1. Next is 2. Yarn over and place 2 half double crochets into this next stitch. So this is 1 and second in the same stitch. Next stitch is just 1. Next stitch is 2. So we just repeat this pattern of 1 half double crochet, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around until we come back here. So we did 2 right here, so the next one is just 1. And now I'm going to do the last half double crochet in this stitch. And at this point you should have 36 half double crochets all the way around for row 3. So we started with 12, 24, 36. Now to start the next row, which is the last row before we shape the pumpkin, is same way. So you take off your stitch marker, insert your hook into that first half double crochet where the stitch marker was, yarn over, pull through, and pull through all the way. Now again, chain 2, 1 and 2, and we will place the first half double crochet in that same stitch like always. So yarn over into that same stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and again place the stitch marker onto that very first one we just made. So for round 4, the pattern is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So at every row you just add 1 extra 1 half double crochet. So last row was just 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This row is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So we're just adding an extra 1. So this is our first one. In the same stitch we need 1 more because the first one needs 2. So that's 1 in the same stitch. This is 2. So we have 2 half double crochets into that first stitch. Now we can move on to the next. So this one is just 1. Yarn over, insert, 1 half double crochet. Next, just 1. So that is the pattern we're going to repeat. So 2 half double crochets, 1 1, 2 1 1. So again, yarn over into that next stitch, place 2 half double crochets. So this is 1 and second in the same stitch. Next, just 1. Next, just 1. So just repeat this pattern all the way around until we come back to the stitch marker. So keep doing 2 1 1 2 1 1 and so on. So now I'm coming to the end of the row and I have 2 stitches left. So this is 1 and the last one. So at the end of row 4, you should have 48 stitches in total. And now we're going to do the last row, which is going to be shaping the pumpkin. So to start, again, we will do the same thing. Take off the stitch marker. You want to insert your hook into that first stitch where the stitch marker was, yarn over, pull through all the way. So next we're going to do a slip stitch onto that next stitch right here. So not the one we just slip stitch, the next one. So if you look at it from the top, we're coming out of here, so we're gonna go into that next stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through all the way. So that is a slip stitch, and that counts as our first stitch of this row, and I'm going to take the stitch marker and mark this as well, just so we keep track of where we are. So that's our first stitch, is a slip stitch. Now the next stitch is going to be a single crochet. So insert your hook into that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. So 1 and 2. So we have slip stitch, single crochet, and now we're going to do 1 half double crochet for 20 stitches. We yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Next half double crochet. So just keep going until you have 20 half double crochets. So this is 19th and 20th. So far we have 1 slip stitch, 1 single crochet, 20 half double crochets, and now we're going to do 1 single crochet, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 1 2. Now we're going to do 2 slip stitches, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and pull through. That's 1 slip stitch. We need 1 more. Insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through all the way. So that's 2 slip stitches. Next stitch is 1 single crochet, insert, pull up a loop, you have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both, 1 2. Now again, we will do 20 half double crochets. So yarn over, insert into the next stitch, half double crochet. So from here, again, do 20 half double crochets. So that was our first one, and we move on. So this is my last half double crochet. So this is the 20th half double crochet right here. And all we have left is one single crochet and one slip stitch. So insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. That's a single crochet and just one slip stitch right here. And to finish off this round, I'm actually just going to cut off the yarn right here. And all you have to do is just pull the yarn through like this, and you're left with this little tail. You want to put the little tail onto your yarn needle. And now all that's left to do is to hide this yarn. So I'm going to take off this stitch marker. We don't need it anymore. And I'm going to make an invisible stitch. So I'm going to go into this stitch where the stitch marker was. I'm just gonna go through and pull. And I'm gonna go into the middle of the stitch that this came out of. So if I pull it out, that's where I'm going, in the middle of that. So pull, go through the middle, and in the back, I'm just gonna go through these back stitches as well and pull. And if you look at the front, it just looks like a stitch and it blends in seamlessly. So now all that's left here is to just hide this yarn. So you can go through any of these back stitches and pull. Now we'll go back up, just skip the very last one you made so it doesn't unravel. So I'll just go back up and pull. Once you feel like yarn is secure enough, you can just cut it off. Now to create the stem, we're going to take brown yarn and we're gonna start with a slip knot again. So just make a loop, hold on to it, go into the loop, grab the yarn and pull. And I will take my hook and the pumpkin, so this is the top side, and I'm gonna go in the middle of these two stitches. I'm just gonna go through like this, put the loop on the hook and tighten it. I'm going to pull it through the actual coaster like this, and I'm going to make 4 chains. So yarn over 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4. So after the 4 chains, we're going to make 3 single crochets going down. So insert your hook into that second chain. So not the one that the hook is in, but the second one. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. That's 1. Now we move on to the second stitch right here. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. That's 2. We have 1 more right here. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Now all that's left is to slip stitch onto the very first one here. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop. And that's your slip stitch. Again, we're going to cut off the yarn like this and pull it through. Again, you're left with a little tail, and you want to put that on your yarn needle. And again, we're just going to hide this yarn. So we'll just go through this stitch right here and go towards the back. Now we can turn in the back and just hide the yarn. So you can go through any of these loops here to hide it, or what I'm going to do first is just tie these two together to make it extra secure. So I'll just tie these two, put it back on the yarn needle, and I'm actually going to hide it along the stem. So I'm just going to insert the yarn needle along the stem stitches right here and just pull like this. You can hide it along these stitches as well. I just didn't want to see the color difference, even though it's the back side. So it's completely up to you. You can just hide it along here. It's much easier. I'm gonna do the same thing with the second one. I will just go through any of these stitches here and pull. Again, once you feel like your yarn is secure enough, you can just cut them off. Now you could stop here, or if you want to make a little leaf like this, I can also show you. So now you want to grab green yarn. So we're gonna do the same thing. So make a loop and make a slip knot and tighten it around the hook. Now I'm going to make 6 chains. So yarn over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6 chains. So what we're going to do is single crochet, half double crochet, 2 double crochets, half double crochet, single crochet. So we're just going to increase and go down. So first one is a single crochet, and I'm going to turn my work in the back. If you can see these bumps on the back, so this is the front, you can see the V's, and if you turn it in the back, you can see these bumps. And I'm going to work through those bumps. So I'm going to insert my hook into that first bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. So that's a single crochet. Now I'm going to go into the second bump right here and place a half double crochet. So yarn over on the hook, insert into that second bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Next bump, we're going to place 2 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into that third bump, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops. We're going to yarn over and pull through only the first 2, not all the way. So pull through 1 and 2. Now you have 2 again. Yarn over, pull through 1, 2. So that's a double crochet, and we'll do one more in that same stitch. So yarn over into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through first 2, 1, 2, yarn over, pull through both. Now the next stitch, half double crochet, yarn over, insert into the bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. Here we will do a single crochet. So just insert your hook straight into the bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. So now we're done this side. Now we're gonna go this way. So you can turn your work like this. Now if you look at it from this side, we have 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to place 1 single crochet, half double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 half double crochet, single crochet. So again, we're doing going up and down. So I'm going to insert my hook into that first stitch right here. You can see the V's on top. And I'm gonna make sure the tail is on top of my hook. So we crochet around it. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. That's a single crochet. Next stitch right here, yarn over, insert. Looks like this from the top. Make sure the tail is on top of the hook. Pull up a loop. We have 3 loops, yarn over, pull all 3. Next stitch right here, double crochet, yarn over, insert, keep the tail on top, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through first 2, 1, 2, yarn over, pull through both. We need 1 more in that same stitch. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Next stitch, half double crochet, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, 1, 2, 3, and the very last stitch right here, just a single crochet. So insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops, and just cut the yarn off if you haven't, and just pull through. Now you want to put the little tail on your yarn needle, and we're just going to weave it on. So if you want to keep it on this side, if you want to put it here, maybe you want to put it on top like this instead of like this, it's totally up to you. So you can just put this through any stitch. So I'm going to go through this first stitch right beside the stem. I'm just going to insert, and I'm going to go through these stitches in the back as well, and just pull. And if you like the placement, you stay here. So now we're just gonna continue. So I will do the same with the second little tail right here. So I'm gonna put it on the needle, and I'm going to go through this second stitch right here and just pull through. So there's no right or wrong stitches to go through here. We're just trying to hide the yarn and attach the leaf. I'm going to also tie these together just to be extra secure, but you don't have to. And I'm just gonna hide it along these stitches right here. So I'm just gonna go through and just pull, and again you just cut it off and just push it through. So this is your back, and you will do the same thing with this little tail. So again, just tighten it, make sure it's fully closed, and just weave it through any of the stitches and just cut it off, and you're finished. These are your pumpkin coasters. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful.